Yes, the best seat in the house, and we've got it front and center for a match. Europe looking to continue on with the momentum that they established at the tail end of day one, and Josh Filler, the man that established it, but Shane Van Boening, what a day two in prospect for SVB. Playing 3 matches, as I said, and if Van Boening finds a gear today, this is going to be a memorable one for Team USA.
I have really been looking forward to this match, Jim. This is a match of true pool royalty. You've got the elder king, Shane Van Boening, against the young prince. And there's 14 years difference in their age. We're going to have to stop calling Shane the South Dakota kid, start calling him the South Dakota middle-aged dude.
Well, he's edged the lag. And so the race to 5, day 2 of the 26th Mosconi Cup.
It's on. Let's do it, guys. See if he's changed anything about his break overnight.
Ooh. You know something, Jerry? I was just about to say, America have not been lucky with the break at all. And how about that for a start?
Making the 9-ball and scratching.
I mean, that cue ball kicked straight into the side pocket, and there's absolutely no way you can legislate for something like that happening. And everything's in the open too for Filler. What a horrible start for Shane.
The only possible problem is the 6-ball.
And Filler was enjoying himself immensely out there yesterday.
He does have a good time when he's playing.
He just soaks up the energy, embraces the pressure. And Team USA know what a hurdle he is to get over. And all players front and center this year. So,
well, he's gotten on that 6, so he's almost certain to clear this.
yeah,
And he's going to have the break in the next rack.
yeah, he can just feather this and try and draw just between the 8 and the cushion. He's making tricky shots look easy right now. This is the first rack.
I know, and it looks like he's just playing off instinct, like it's just natural for him.
This young man is going to be the future pool for many years to come. Secures the 9, and with it, the opening rack against Van Boening's break. It was a scratch that brought Filler to the table, but he didn't waste any time completing the run out. Right away, the blue seats, a little bit to cheer about. And the crowd this year for me, Jerry, have been as loud and as boisterous as any I've ever seen here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's been a great crowd.
The players have been milking it. They're at the table. They're bringing the crowd right into it.
There's actually not a seat for every fan. Some of the fans are having to stand in the back of the arena.
You know, all our viewers all around the world watching this at home, and it's so hard for me to express just how much pressure with the noise and the energy that's out there, and for these players to be able to keep that back arm doing what it does so well. You just can't say enough about it. Well, Filler parks that cue ball, and it's kicked. And look at the difference right away. Perfect break. Great shot on the 1, 2's in the open. Everything's there for him.
Yeah, Shane's going to have a hill to climb. That scratch on the break was a killer. Joshua checking out his pattern. He knows what has to be done, so he's just got to connect the dots.
And again, the standard of play in today's pool. You know, you look at them and anything in the open, we take for granted they're going to get out. Only the club players at home really understand that nothing's easy.
Yeah, it's just not this easy.
You know what I always like to see too is a player that gets around the table fast and gets about his work. And
Joshua Filler played in his first competition when he was 9 years old. A winner at the China Open. He won the U.S. Open 9-ball championship.
And the World Championship just prior.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the world #1. And Team Europe is blessed to have him on their side.
And Filler now out to a 2-0 lead. It's only a race to 5, so Shane's got to make things start to happen in this very next rack.
Nice tool on the line. Looks like you got bad contact on the line.
You know, I talked at the outset how important it was for Van Boening. Well, by the same token, if Shane gets into a bad mood here and things don't go right, you know, it can be disaster for Team USA as well. I mean, we said this was the people's selection, this match. The world #1 against the USA #1. And for so many years, Van Boening, they always look for his name in the draw of any tournament.
Well, he's the only player I know of who's won over $100,000 a year for each of the last dozen years. He's had amazing success at this game.
Loves to hunt and fish in the off season, and he started golf, and when he's at the pool table, he's in the office, and it's all business.
See if he can improve on that break. Well, he lost the cue ball behind the rack, and that's going to hurt him because the 1 ball has got a blocker in the form of the 9 ball.
Yeah, you know what, Jerry? If he could have kept that cue ball in the middle of the table this time, it would have been a great break.
Yeah.
So even if he wants to jump at this, which it looks like he might have to because it's pretty tough to push where that 1 ball is finished, how do you stay at that end of the table for the 2?
Yeah. Yeah,
no, he's pushing.
Well, he may be thinking what you're thinking. There's no value in making the 1.
And I'd expect him to get this back.
I would too.
Filler will have a little look at it, you know, play a little bit of poker. Yeah, Van Boening back at the table. And as we've said, yeah, both teams front and center supporting their guys.
Yep.
And Marcus Shamat, he's always got some energy too, doesn't he?
He doesn't lack for energy. Needs a roll and doesn't get it.
Yeah, it's just off angle though for Josh to get the cue ball up for the 2. He's going to have to come with something pretty special. The 1 is available to the corner. Another look, Van Boening trying to slice that in. He would have had to run all around the table to get back up for the 2. Yeah, there was no value. There was no positional value in taking that 1 ball on. Already 2-0 advantage. He wants to keep the handcuffs on Van Boening here.
He did a good job with that shot. Wow, how does Van Boening make something develop out of this shot?
And again, this was Shane's break. You know, to lose 2 of his breaks. Well, the scoreline will tell you what I'm thinking. No empty seats, Jerry. No surprises there. This event sold out for months in advance. Well, it's a good hit, but that's where the happy stories end.
Yeah, he's left the table open now for Joshua. But it was a great hit.
And you wouldn't expect Filler to take too long here either.
Nope.
Everything's in the open.
And once again, if he clears this table, the next break will belong to him.
You know, Josh has just got such an easygoing demeanor in the way that he plays this game. I think he just relishes the challenge of playing somebody like Van Boening, and a lot of players. You've got to get over the intimidation of playing somebody like Shane, because he has owned the game in North America for years. I remember him winning U.S. Opens after U.S. Opens and just in dominating fashion.
Boy, there's nothing slow about this man. What a confident pace he plays with.
Yeah, that's what I always look for, Jerry, is wasted movement. Almost always a sign of nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Josh just gets on with everything like he's on the practice table.
Now 3-0. Joshua Filler leading Shane Van Boening. And this match so far is all Europe, but you never know what's going to happen. We'll be back with more pool from Mandalay Bay. Don't go away.
Great to have you back. It's all Josh Filler here in our opening match of day 2. The young German world champion, world number 1, 3-0. He's leapt out to a great lead over Van Boening. Looking to carry from the momentum. Europe won the last 3 matches of day 1. They completely flipped the script from last year. Last year, Europe won the first 2, then lost the next 3 of day 1. And this year, he turned the page.
Dry break. Van Boening gets a chance. He can break Filler's serve here. Nothing finding any holes to fall into. And a straight in shot on the 1. That will lift Van Boening's spirits.
Yeah, what'll lift his spirits more is if he runs the table here, Jerry, and just gets a little feel for the speed of the table. He hasn't had much to shoot yet, and he hasn't had a chance to get that back arm loosened up.
The only real problem I see is that 5-ball has an 8-ball between it and the closest pocket.
Yeah, the 3's tricky too.
Oh yeah, just saw that.
So he's looking at it right now. 2 to the 3. Doesn't look like it passes to the bottom corner.
No.
So this is not the easiest run out that Shane Van Boening's ever going to see.
Oh man. Well, he's got a shot at it. It's just not the easiest shot.
Yeah, had to try and manufacture something there simply because that 3 was awkward. And now, Jerry, the 3, as tough as it is.
Yeah, what do you do with that 5
Yeah, what do you do with the 5 next?
If he can get that cue ball to land between the 5 and the 8, he'd be in heaven. And he's got the angle for that. Oh. Well, if you're good enough to go down and knock one ball off the rail, why not?
That was a great effort from Van Boening and deserved better position on this 5. This is tricky.
Just needs that cue ball to come off the rail. There.
Jerry, he's done all the hard work.
Yeah.
Another good shot on the 5 there. And this will be a huge boost of confidence for Van Boening.
Yeah, and the next break belongs to him. Perhaps things are turning.
No, straight won't bother Shane. He'll draw the straight back.
Yep.
He's got tremendous cue power, long forearms, and he generates that effortlessly.
He sure does have a pretty stroke. Man.
I think when this guy's career is done, they might look at him as the greatest American pool player that's ever been.
I have to agree with you. Oh, my. We really put the curse on him.
I'm lost for words. I think pictures say it all there. That is one they're gonna remember, and they might regret.
Joshua Filler now is on the hill. He leads our race to 5, 4-0. Next break belongs to Shane.
Van Boening did everything there except win the rack. Some great shot making, and just when you expected the rack to go his way, a huge miss on the most significant ball on the table.
Tough break.
Jerry, I have to say that this Racing table has been very unforgiving this year, much more so than in the past that I've seen. It's playing like a true match table this year.
Yeah, Jeremy Jones was commenting about this table, and he said that you've really got to put the ball in the pocket because the shelf is deep on this table. And if you rattle one in the jaws, it's just as likely to stay up as go down.
Now, how do you take that miss out of your mind for the next rack?
I don't know.
He's shaking his head. Yeah, that's a tough one to forget, Shane. A little venom in that break, I'd wager.
Yeah, but no luck. No look at the one ball. He'll be touching a rail first. He's pushing out.
You know, Justin Bergman in the last match yesterday against Jason Shaw. Shaw ended up winning 5-3, but he was 4-0 ahead.
Right.
Bergman didn't quit in that match.
No, Bergman does not quit. He's he's a bulldog.
Well, my point is that Shane needs to think about that as well. And, you know, he's got a team sitting front and center watching him. So there can't be any quit in Shane's game here either.
Oh, well, that's a very nice answer, although Shane does have a full 1 ball that he can strike. But it's 9 feet away.
Yeah, he caught that too thick. Got a little lucky with the 7 though, but he was trying to play the 1 into the 4 and hold the 1 down on that cushion. We'll see if this little bit of luck doesn't extract a mistake from Filler.
You get that a little thick, but nope, it picked out. Shane's got a shot.
Most difficult aspect of professional pool is living in the moment and staying positive. Right now, that's Van Boning's aim. That's what he's got to do. Can't change what's happened. Can only affect what's to come.
Well, he's picked up his pace just a little bit, so maybe that memory's starting to fade. But boy, he's got to stay in control from now on. And he has to rely on luck that Joshua Filler has bad breaks.
Take a little extra time and care on this 9.
And Van Boning draws his first blood. Trails in our match 4-1.
Long way back for Shane. But he's got to stay to it. Wait for a break. And try and pounce. 4-1 to Filler. And it'll be Filler to break in rack number 6. And there's Mrs. Filler, Pia.
Pia Filler.
Good player in her own right.
Yep.
She never misses any of Josh's matches. Boy, he's had quite a start to his career, hasn't he? Following in the footsteps of players like Oliver Ortman, Ralph Souquet.
Yep, he has really stormed onto the scene, and you know, he's a superstar already. Well, let's see what fate has in store. Watch where this cue ball winds up. Gets kicked. And it's a dry break. This is what Shane needed.
Took the words out of my mouth, Jerry. It's exactly what Van Boning was hoping for.
I wondered why those words tasted so bad. But let's look at the opportunity here. If Shane gets through this, it's his break again. He could wind up at 4-3. But boy, that 9 ball he missed, that's going to haunt. He's going to wake up screaming tonight thinking about that 9 ball.
I have to spin the white here. Is he hard enough?
I don't know. Table's fast, but well, he can make it.
He just got there, Jerry.
And he doesn't have to worry too much about position. Four ball has a lot of places it can go. Ooh, that shelf, that deep shelf got him.
Still a bad miss from Van Boening.
Yep. Yeah, he struck the rail, the diamond up from the pocket.
I mean, and he tried, position-wise, he tried to stay below the 4, and he ended up going above it anyway. So that's how you know that was a miss hit. And I doubt Van Boening will get out of his chair, save to shake hands.
Boy.
And he's got to stay out there. He's partnering Justin Bergman in the next match. A doubles encounter with Filler also staying out, partnering Jason Shaw. So
these captains have the same philosophy. Leave the guys who are warm out there.
yeah, but again, how significant is the next match? Because Team USA do not want to go 3 adrift.
He is just so clean. This shows you how pool has changed over the years. 50 years ago, you were in your prime when you were in your late 30s. Now you're in your prime in your early 20s.
You're looking for another career in your late 30s.
Yeah. Joshua celebrating, and it's a well-deserved celebration. Anytime you take down Shane Van Boening 5-1, you have really done something.
Yes, it was one-way traffic, all headed Europe's way. Filler, a 5-1 winner. Some unforced errors from Van Boening, proving decisive, but it's a 4-2 overall lead now to Team Europe.